Hello there, my name is HW and thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. Here it is, a product I have been super excited about for a very long time. It is the Kemper Cab, and inside the heart of it, the Kemper Kone. I've been playing this thing for the last few hours. I'm absolutely in love with it. It has really exceeded my expectations. What I hear is a beautiful, just full sounding 112 cabinet that really brings the Kemper to a new space. In the past, the Kemper, to me, has been the best solution for amp-like feel, amp tone that covers everything. You know, profile the world. We're trying to profile every amp in existence, so you can have every flavor ever. And it's been the solution that has offered an amount of flexibility and ease of use where I can show up at a gig, plug in, and get my proper sound front of house and get that same sound night after night. It has just been the best thing to ever happen to me. With that said, it's always been a challenge getting amp in the room tone. Well, not anymore. There's been FRs, there's been all sorts of things. You could always use a powered Kemper into a guitar speaker, but then you're limited to the type of speaker you're using. And I have a favorite FR. There's a lot of great ones out there. No need to throw those away. But Kemper has brought something new and unique to the table for us. We now have a sort of baseline platform. And what I hear here, what you just heard was the the cabinet in its sort of flat mode, where all it's doing is amplifying my profiles. That was a Tone Junkie profile. It was the free HM18 pack, which you can get right now. It's kind of the stay-at-home pack. It's for everybody who's having to stay at home right now. But check it out. It's HM18. That was the sound of my cabinet section, the Tone Junkie cabinet section, through this cab. And I will tell you, Tone Junkie, Michael Britt, all these things sound great through this speaker and this cabinet. It sounds warm. There's a lot of high end, but you get everything. Now, it is a 112, so it sounds like a 112. It doesn't sound like a 412, but we'll get into some of the features, how we can solve that. And also, the Kone is actually available for you to put in any configuration. So they're just selling a 112 because it looks nice and because it's not that hard to ship a 112 cabinet. If you want to make a big 412, you can. The Kone is available for purchase. You definitely can use the Kone. Now, word to the wise, you will need a powered Kemper. And to plug in a Kemper cabinet, all you will need is to connect your powered Kemper. Its speaker output will go right into the back of that cabinet. It's that easy. And it sounds absolutely fantastic. What you were hearing there was this 67 335, and it sounds awesome. What's so cool to me about this is that this sounds like the amp. I feel like that amp is basically in the room with me. Now, I wouldn't normally sit right here at this angle. I would probably aim the amp a little bit towards me, but towards the floor. It's elevated, so I'm getting a little more high end here than I normally would. But when I've walked around and in different parts of the room, it sounds really, really close to how I remember that amplifier. And we've got some options. So let me show you how to use the cabinet with the Kemper, and also how to take advantage of Kemper's new Speaker Imprints. These are algorithmic copies or simulations of real speakers in the real world that we can use right now. Like I said, you've been listening to my cabinet, but let's go in here to the output section, and I've got the Kemper Kone on here. Now, if I turn the Kemper Kone off, you get less high end. Definitely it's darker. Let me just defeat some of this delay and stuff so you can hear that. Kemper Kone now. Killer sound. Love it. I could see with a brighter guitar, people might like this. But we're going to leave that on because that's sort of how it's intended. You're listening to this, by the way, through a Royer 101 that I've got a considerable distance away from the cabinet. This is not meant to be the end-all be-all sound demo so you can judge the sort of sonic quality or realistic authenticity of the speaker imprints that we're going to get into. This is just so you can hear as a reference point. To do that, to give it proper justice, I would really need to simulate what I'm hearing in the room. It would require multiple microphones, and I'd have to do some testing on best results and stuff. Because the Kemper already goes with you and plugs directly in front of house and gives the listener through a PA the sound you want them to hear. Now we're getting amp in the room tone at home. Okay, back to the Kemper here. All I've got to do to engage some of this speaker imprints is I get to hit monitor cab off, and all of a sudden there you see sweetening was turned off, imprint select was turned on, and directivity was turned on. Okay, let me go back for 1 second. You might be wondering what sweetening does. It does this. It's subtle, but it just adds a little bit of like presence frequencies and a little more bottom and low on it. And it's cool. Bass boost sounds like this. It kind of makes it sound like a bigger cab, and it is. It's a lower end bass boost. That sounds like a 112. Sorry, I turned the Kemper Kone off. That sounds like a 112. That sounds like a bigger thing, like a 412. I mean, it sounds like a 112 with a little boost on it, but it sounds really good. I'm going to turn that sweetening off, and the bass boost we're going to leave off for now. I'm going to go hit that monitor cab, and now we get these different speaker imprints. I am well versed in speakers. I'm well versed in a lot of the speakers that are right here. I actually own a lot of the speakers that are right here. I own most of them, including some of the vintage ones. So let's just run through this real quick. We have imprint select and directivity. Okay, here is the vintage 30 speaker. Let's listen to that and see what we hear from it. It's a little difficult for me to tell how accurate that is without having a reference point. But that sounds V30-esque in that it's pushing the top sort of mids. It has that real, it's shallower in the low end, you know what I mean? Not shallow is not the right word. That does sound like a V30. Here's a greenback, a speaker. I would know these two speakers. I could tell them apart easily. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you can hear that through the microphone, I really hope you can, but what I'm experiencing in the room is a difference in the top end presence, and that is accurate to both of those speakers because the greenback has more air, more breath on the top, and that is the greenback bass. Yeah. That really reminds me of a greenback. Really quick, let's jump to directivity. It's defaulted at 5. I'm going to turn it down. And I'm a little bit in front of this cone. Now I'm going to try it at 10. What this is simulating is the direct treble nature that you get from being in front of a speaker. So kind of like a microphone pointed at it a little, but also your space around the room is going to give you a similar sort of effect that a microphone will have, being right on the middle or off to the side or pointed away. So when you stand directly in line of any speaker, any guitar speaker, the highest end treble is going to come out of the center, and so there's a beam. Ted Weber used to sell these like beam diffusers where you could actually put a little circle a couple inches off in the grill cloth from your from your guitar, from your guitar speaker, and it would diffuse it. Voxes famously, and Matchlesses too, have a center piece of wood that runs right in the middle. It's meant to act as a diffuser to get that high end to sort of spread out a little bit. So to me, where I'm sitting right now, I enjoy this directivity control almost at 0. Again, with it on, it's just a more direct, beamy treble sound. You hear it affecting the high end? Here's all the way up. All the way down. To me, where I'm sitting, because I'm a little in front of the speaker, I'm going to prefer it at 0. I'm going to leave it right there for now. Now, let's go back and check out the creamback. How about the blue? That sounds like a Celestian blue. It really does. It really, really does. Yeah, man, that sounds like a... Wow. Remember how I always tell you greenbacks actually have more presence than blues? They noticed. I can't even play the guitar because it sounds like these speakers. G12H anniversary, I know this speaker well. Actually sounds a little better than the real anniversary, which has a couple things about it I don't like. This actually sounds like a really a good one. Hear that? Yes, yes, they got it. That's what makes a blue chime when you put a bright thing through it, is that actually it's more rolled off and it has that top end chimey thing, but it's not extended present. Whereas you go to the G12H30, you hear more bass, you hear more treble. Now it's a little more scoop sounding. Now. Holy cow. The Heritage and the H30, okay, cool. 100, I'm not that familiar with. The T, Black Label. A lot of you guys might enjoy this Black Label EVM. I'm not going to get into that right now. I obviously don't have the correct guitar for it. Oxford, 12L6. Yes, Fendery. I have these speakers in a Pro Reverb in the next room. This is them. I'm not BSing you. I on purpose did not check out the impulses until I just put on the cameras for this video. This sounds like those speakers. Now I've only experienced that amp. I haven't plugged in a bunch of different things. But this instantly is taking on qualities of my 66 Pro Reverb that I just bought because I'm going to profile it soon. And there's Oxfords in there. word. Jensen P12Q. Interesting. Yeah, those Oxfords are fat in real life and they're fat in here, man. Yes. Now you can hear this Alnico thing on the Jensen P12. Wow. Wow. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Wait, Jensen C12? Ceramic? I usually don't like these. Yep, I still don't like it. They did it perfectly. No, but seriously. That, I prefer the Alnico one, and I always prefer it over this in real life. This is not my favorite speaker for Fenders. They're very common, but I really always love the P12Qs and stuff. Wow, they nailed it. I even still don't really prefer that speaker. That's how accurate they got it. Oh, hang on. Jensen Vintage P10R? You mean like the ones in my 57 Bandmaster and my buddy's 56 Tweed Pro that I got behind me? Did someone plug me into the Bandmaster? Shoot. Wow, that has a lot of, I mean, obviously I'm playing through a different amp. But that has so many of the qualities of that amp. That like sort of, that like roundy, hollowy low end. A really sharp, small Q spike in the treble. Wow. Oh, they got JBL to Ds, the big JBLs, you know? Those speakers are fat, man, and these are fat right here. Holy cow. JBL 210H 8-inch. I'm not familiar with this speaker. Well, look. I'm going to be really honest with you. I bought 2 of these sight unseen. I am now thinking I'm going to call British Audio. Listen, Kemper does not send me. I'm well aware that this channel has sold a lot of Kempers. I get emails from people every week literally every week, that say, I watched one of your videos, I sold all my amps and pedals, and I bought a Kemper, or wow, I've been watching your videos, you get great tone out of the Kemper, your videos all sound really good, I'm making the switch. I'm aware that Tone Junkie TV has sold a lot of Kempers. I'm very happy about that. They do not send me these Kempers. I have bought all these Kempers. One was a gift. I bought all my Kempers. I bought everything, right? They don't pay me for videos. They didn't send me any cabs. Okay, they're very kind. I love all those guys. They didn't send me any cabs. I'm not making any money off this. I don't make any money if British Audio sells cabs. You know what I mean? If you want to buy a Tone Junkie loaded Kemper, I get a little kickback from that. But this cabinet, to me, right now, with this functionality, has just made this thing incredibly more valuable. I am now experiencing right here something that I haven't experienced, that I didn't experience until I invested $10,000 or more. What am I saying? The Bandmaster was $7,000. I have behind me an original 65 Deluxe Reverb, a 62 Vox, a 64 AC10 Vox, a 57 Bandmaster, a 56 Tweed Pro, a 1965 Twin Reverb. I've got a 66. Look, my point is, I have a bunch of cabs and stuff that I use for profiling. The education I've received the last 2 years from owning all these speakers and miking them and really learning their qualities, there's no other way to do it. But I'm telling you, I am having much of that experience sitting here going through these speakers. The Oxfords are fat like they are in real life. Shoot. I have spent a lot of money, and this thing has a lot. Well, look, I'm romantic about vintage gear, so I love having it around. But my point is, the Kemper, I haven't paid more for this Kemper, and yet it's doing a ton more. Now, I paid for this cab. I think this cab was like, what is it? It's less than $500. It's like $200 for you go look it up. I've said it in other videos and it's been accurate. I can't think off the top of my head. I think these cabs are $4 something. What's incredible to me now is this may have just now found itself to be the best solution for amp in the room tone as well, for digital amp in the room tone, because you can take Tone Junkie profiles, Michael Britt profiles. You can all of a sudden now change the speaker input. And look, I'm getting killer tone out of this thing. Look, here's a greenback. Maybe because I like greenbacks, right? And this is a very appropriate speaker for this. By the way, I'm on this HM2. This HM18 profile. Check this out. That's with the greenback. Now I can jump over here, put on this Oxford. Hang on, let me find it. Oxford. Different quality. That's completely different. You get a lot more low end, but it all sounds good with this profile. Now someone's going to say, well, HW, is it accurate if you actually took that thing and plugged it into a vintage set of Oxford 12 L6s? You can't do that. You can't do that. So who cares? Even if subtracting the cabinet section out were not 100% accurate or something, who cares? You don't have a 12 L6 and you're not miking it the way I am. My friends, I don't know what to tell you. I really like this thing. They've got them in stock at British Audio. Again, I make no money from telling you that. I just know the guys at British Audio really well, and I know they have a big pile of them, and they really, I know they'd really love to get them all out the door. So go check them out. British Audio, Kemper, they're all out there. This is incredible. If they make a bad product, I'll tell you about it because I put my own money into it and I'd be upset. But if you want an endorsement, I bought 2 of these. I'm probably going to go buy a 3rd because I want one for in here, in the video studio. I want another one for in my profiling room, and I'm going to get a second one for the video studio just so I can have a cool double stack. And I might even get another one for Sue's. I might make this whole wall. I'm going to have to get a 412 of these things because this is really, really next level Kemper stuff. Holy cow. How are they releasing stuff with this same amount of DSP? With this same amount of this? I bought this years ago. Years ago. I don't know. You guys, this is awesome. Look, I don't know. I'm going to go play the guitar. I've been HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. If you get anything out of these videos, please like, subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. HW, out.